Well, here's a video that you might like. Obviously, if you're an atheist or basically one who rejects the Word of God, the Bible, the King James Bible, then you won't like this. But actually the Bible speaks about the Behemoth. It's mentioned in Job 40:15-24. And it says, "Which I made with thee, he eats grass like an ox." So it's describing one of the large dinosaurs with the large belly and long neck, and they're plant eating. Okay, so that's basically describing this in the Word of God. Basically, thousands of years before scientists got around to actually, digging up fossils the past 100 or so years. I mean, basically the fossils that we get in the museums are only a small fraction of that which is really found. The Nephilim, the giant skulls, are always hidden. They're not put out in the public. And although there is a huge one, about a 30-foot one in, I believe it's Italy, in Milan, outside one of the large buildings in the centre of Milan, I think it is, which we can look at later as well. It says, "He moves his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his stones are wrapped together. His bones are as strong as of pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron. He is the chief of the ways of God. He that made him can make his sword to approach unto him." Okay, so obviously what that means is he that made him can also destroy him as well. But he's not actually been destroyed yet. Okay, the point of this video is to show you that he's still alive on this earth today. It says, "Surely the mountains bring him forth food, where all the beasts of the field play. He lieth under the shady trees in the covert of the reed and ferns." Okay, the shady trees cover him with their shadow. The willows of the brook compass him about. So it seems to be an aquatic mammal. It's describing here like a hippo, but it's obviously about 4 times the size of a hippo. "Behold, he drinks up a river, and hasteneth not. He trusts that he can draw up Jordan into his mouth. He takes it with his eyes, his nose pierce through snares." Okay, so it's describing the absolute hugeness of this creature. Okay, now we're going to look at a short film on YouTube, and it's from, I believe it's Cameroon in Africa, and the locals have called this Mokele Mbembe. Mokele Mbembe. Okay, and here's some foolish scientists. Well, let's just watch it.
The Monster Quest science team has been analyzing the tracks said to have been made by the last living dinosaur. The large
Okay, now you see the size of that print. Anyone with any sense, any biblical knowledge that had just read that verse, immediately it will come to him the Behemoth, or of course there's a proper name for it, for the dinosaurs. Okay, and we'll try and get that name as well.
Beast is thought to be from the sauropod family.
The sauropod's toes are all 3 really close together, and these are widely spaced.
The known tracks of sauropods.
Okay, so this is the foolish scientist trying to use his logic, okay, to actually identify the size of the beast here. He's going through his little book, that should tell him what it is, and he's finding trouble. So obviously it's a huge dinosaur. Okay, it's huge, but let's just see what this scientists conclude.
Seem to be unlike those found in Cameroon.
The sauropods, some of them weighed up to 40 or 50 tons, so when they stepped on the ground, especially soft ground, they would leave impressions that were 2 feet deep in some cases. There actually are well-preserved sauropod trackways in several places. The most famous is in the Glen Rose Limestone in Biloxi River, Texas, where there's a series of very large sauropod trackways. Some are so large there's actually shots of kids back in the 1930s.
Okay, well, to me that looks like a different species, okay, but could belong to the sauropod family, apparently.
He's sitting there and taking baths in it.
Dr. Prothero points to scientific dating of these tracks. which indicates they went extinct 65 million years ago.
I think it's extremely unlikely that Mokele and Mbembe exists.
It's extremely unlikely that it exists, even though there's fresh footprints at the side of a river, and there's an entire tribe of people, hundreds of people have actually seen it with their own eyes, and yet this fool says it's highly unlikely that it exists. Okay.
Fossil record does not support the idea that sauropod dinosaurs were around for the last 140 million years in Africa, and we have an excellent fossil record to show that. Science is not about absolutes. Science is about probabilities. We never say never in science, even for things that are extremely improbable.
Well, this is the Behemoth that we've been reading about, and it's called here, belongs to the Sauropoda family of dinosaurs, okay, that were thought to be extinct, but obviously they are not extinct. Okay, you can see the size of the tail, the size of a cedar tree, just exactly the way it's described in the book of Job. There's no other reference anywhere in the world that can describe this beast so precisely as we get in the Bible. So that's another reason that the Bible actually supports a lot of science, and because a lot of scientists today are atheists, they like to sort of try to disprove that these beasts still exist, because it would put their evolution theory in great jeopardy. Okay, now if you've seen that, the size of it, you would know what it was, and you wouldn't be mistaken. And basically there is many sightings of these in Africa, and there's some bird dinosaur species also being seen in Africa and other parts of the world, so something to consider for you.